Hey Eurovision fam, it's Alesia Michelle. The time has come. I'm sharing with you my Eurovision semifinal 1 predictions and my semifinal 1 preferences for qualification. Let's get into it. Eurovision 2025. I got a new video. Alesia Michelle.
Hey girl.
I'm ready to go.
How you feeling?
Eurovision fam. Are you ready for the show?
It's 2025.
We gotta keep it real. We gotta keep it real. Let's go. Hey, if you've never been to my channel before, welcome. If you love the Eurovision Song Contest, this is your opportunity to like this video and to subscribe. Okay, so we gotta talk about semifinal 1. I have made no mistake and I am not mincing words because over on this channel, it's personal. It's personal. I try to put my objective hat on, but of course I have preferences that do inform some of my thinking. Of course, I do. But I really do try to look at the odds. I try to look at the ESC scoreboard, just get a pulse check and be realistic because it's fun to be delusional as a Eurovision fan, but we have to be realistic because, we know some countries are going to make it and some countries won't make it to the Eurovision Grand Final. And yes, you are all winners because you get to be on the Eurovision stage, of course. So we're going to kick off and break things down for semifinal 1. This is probably one of my least favorite semifinals when it comes to listening to studio cuts. I really only have about 3 to 4 songs that I consistently listen to, studio cut versions. But I want to preface this by saying that I do think this year at Eurovision, it's not really so much about the studio cut. This is a performance year. This is a year where it's all about how you're putting all those pieces together, how you're using the technology, your live vocal. Are you telling a story on stage? Yes, the styling. Is it distracting? Does it fit? And so I really think that this year at Eurovision is kind of an interesting year because truly it's going to come down to the live shows because there are definitely a couple of songs that folks might not want to listen to in the car, but the performance as a whole is just so slick. It's so good. It's so joyful. It's just done and executed so well that it's like, this is a winner. This is giving us that. So I want to keep that in mind as we break this down. And you know what? I'm kicking it off with my preferences. So this is the scenario that we're going to break down first, that if it was just a televote of me, this is what I would prefer to see advance. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start off. If this is just because some people, I think in the past, I've just done predictions and then people are like, well, I just want to know what you think. Like, what would you advance? So we're just going to get this out of the way. I want to see the Netherlands, Poland, Albania, Sweden, and Portugal advance. Like deeply, deeply want to see those advance. And because I like to leave a little bit of mystery, we're gonna play around with this. So Ukraine. I would like to see Ukraine advance. I think the song is good. I think it is not one of those songs that we typically hear at Eurovision. And for me, that's a good thing. We don't want Eurovision just to become the Eurovision pop music song contest. We don't want it to be the Eurovision, world music song contest. And I do think that Ukraine is being slightly underestimated this year by the fandom because the genre is a little bit throwback. It is a little different, but it's still really good music. And I would like to see good music advance at the Eurovision Song Contest overall. Next up, I'm putting Belgium in. Belgium song I don't listen to all the time. And there are some people who think that Belgium might not qualify. I would love to see Belgium advance this year. I feel like we have to reward Belgium for actually giving us good staging. I think we have to reward Belgium for giving us a singer that's going to execute this well, and I believe flawlessly on the stage. So I'm putting Belgium in for what I want to see advance. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, San Marino, you're going to be like, Alesia, don't you want to see San Marino advance? Short answer, yes. But I'm walking back a little bit from San Marino because I keep hearing that the performers don't, and I mean the vocalists, don't really want to perform the song. That's a non-starter for me. I can't work with that. If you don't want to grab the mic and sell it to us, you just want to stand on stage and sing the song with a mask on, I'm letting it go. I'm willing to let it go. Okay, so I'm leaving San Marino on the shelf. But as a studio cut, I really would like to have San Marino advance. So maybe we'll revisit this. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't like Azerbaijan's song. I do. I do actually like it this year. It's not an instant skip for me, but like I'm going to put it in the staging is key bucket for now. Let's talk about Estonia. Let me just get it out of the way. I don't listen to this song. If what we are going to see from Estonia is what we saw at Estilau, I don't want it. It's in the, oh, well, let's let it go pile. Now, again, this is just me. If it's a jury televote of just one person, I'm putting it out. Now, if Estonia stages this differently and actually gives us like some irreverent avant-garde staging with some depth to add a little bit of, I would say, gravitas and seriousness to a song that seems relatively vapid, then I would want it to advance. So right now, let's just put Estonia in the staging is key category. Slovenia. I'm going to put Slovenia in the oh well category. I don't really listen to the song that much. I don't necessarily need this song at the grand final for me personally. And so then let's, because I have to add a little bit of intrigue. Norway, I'll tell you, Norway, I could let y'all go. I like the song. I could let y'all go if the staging is going to be cheesy, but I'm believing that we're leaving the theme park behind us. We're leaving the theme park at Mgape, and we're going to get a slick, VMA-worthy performance without the armor. Kyle does not need to be a knight. We're not getting on a theme park ride, okay? So I want it if we're going to be there. Cyprus, honestly, I want it if Theo is able to vocally deliver this. I'm not even worried about the staging, to be honest. If Theo is going to vocally deliver this well, then I want to see it advance. If the vocal is bad, oh well, leave it behind us. Okay? But I'm gonna put it over here because I'm gonna think that the vocal is good. And then let's just say, because I want it, I'm going to move San Marino over. So these are my qualifiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just to give a little light to our Oh Wells Iceland song, I'm not listening to the studio cut. The live performance felt very messy to me and budget. Croatia, it's like all the things that I should like, but I just don't. And I'm going to stop trying to force myself to like it. So if I'm the only person selecting who advances from semifinal 1, this is what I'm going with, okay? If it's just me, all right? But obviously, it's not just me. It's not just me, so we've got to go to the next slide and do our actual prediction of what I think is going to happen. Okay, so here we are. My semifinal 1 prediction of mostly out, I do think my instinct of Iceland and Croatia being out will come to fruition. Now, there are some people who actually enjoy Iceland's song. They're like, it's kicking off the show. But guess what? We've seen show openers not qualify before that did have, I would argue, even more fan support. So I'm going to say that I think ultimately Iceland either just does too much on the stage and it falls flat, or even just kind of, it's almost like it's so over the top that it becomes a joke, and a joke not in like a way that is like fun, or in a way that's like sticky where people are like, oh my gosh, like I'm fervent about this, like Estonia. So, and then I think with Croatia, I think the direct competition is hurting this. I think the studio cut of the song is hurting this. I know they're changing the staging completely, and I do actually think Marco will sound good, but ultimately, I think this is almost too out of the box. It's going to maybe come off silly to some folks, and not silly in a haha way, silly in a like, oh, what are they trying to do way. And I think that direct competition is just too fierce for it this time. I think on the fence, I want to highlight Slovenia and Azerbaijan, and we might see some movement. So keep an eye out on my fence because it might shift with these predictions. So who do I think is making it? I think Sweden is making it easily. I think Ukraine is making it easily. Estonia is qualifying easily. I think the Netherlands could struggle a little bit if that staging is not together. If that staging is giving like reminiscent of the Netherlands 2021, it ain't making it. The Netherlands, we need to invest in the staging. I hope we've hired somebody, and what we're giving is like thoughtful on the stage to bring the song to life. I hope we're utilizing the LEDs. I'm even hoping we think about some augmented reality with older Claude and young Claude. I think that concept was really good. I like the contemporary dance, but it can't just be him with the contemporary dance because we know sometimes contemporary dance reads off to people and weird. It just does for some folks. Not talking me personally, obviously, you know. We saw the first slide. Belgium, I think, is making it. I understand there are some fans who are like, I don't think so. I think it does. I think the direct competition actually helps this one to ultimately shine. So I think that's where we're living. I think Poland is making it. I mean, honestly, if Poland doesn't make it, like, I'm going to have a hard time with that. I'm going to have a hard time with it. Norway, I think, is making it. Portugal, I'm going to tell y'all, I actually think Portugal is more on the fence than people think. I do. I think it's more on the fence. I think in many ways, Portugal's song shines a little bit more than even what Ukraine is giving this year. So I'm living in a fence situation for that. Here's the thing. So Cyprus is closing out the show, which is a pimp slot, but also can be bad because if someone has outshined you before, then by the time Cyprus rolls around, they're like, oh, and this guy's doing that. Well, what this guy did was better. And this guy that I'm pointing to for like better are the Netherlands and Norway. That's the thing that has me a little bit nervous for Cyprus. It's truly the Netherlands and Norway that I'm like, oh, people might just go, oh, this is too similar, particularly to Norway. And like, I think I'm more into what they're doing. But as of now, I'm actually saying that Cyprus is making it. San Marino, it could go both ways. I think San Marino could very easily be out. And then Slovenia's coming right up in here. If you want to talk about dark horses, I could see a world where Portugal resonates with the locals, and we know Portugal knows how to stage. They're not going to stage this the way that it was staged at Festival da Canção. And so I do think that there's a real world where Portugal ends up sliding in, which I wouldn't be mad about. But let's be real, Portugal doesn't have a lot of buzz. And there is a deep contingency of people who are suckers for ballads and heartwarming message songs at that. So controversial opinion, but I'm locking it in. I don't know. What do you think about my prediction? What do you think? Do you think that this is most likely to happen? Drop down, talk to me in the comments below. Do you disagree with my prediction? That's okay too. Drop down, talk to me in the comments below. Keep in mind, this is what I would want to see happen. I just don't forget, this is what I would want to see happen. But I'm living in a world that it might not. And the reality that this might happen, I think is the case. So controversial opinions. I think, yeah, Slovenia here. Now, again, I do think that there is a world where Slovenia is out and we get San Marino. I do think that there's a world, but I do think that San Marino is hurt by those singers of the song not performing it performing it. Like the singers are literally not singing at us. And you have to convince us to want to pay money to vote for you. And I think it hurts. Gabriel, I think, is great. I loved actually them having the dancers. But if this is going to look like what it looked like at the national selection, like I'm going to tell, like San Marino, if this is going to look like what happened at the national selection, Slovenia could sneak in. Or, and then I will also say Cyprus, Theo, if you're not singing, I think you're out. If you're not able to sustain this vocally, like you could give us a whole show. then you're out. And San Marino's in there. And Slovenia maybe comes in. Or maybe Portugal. But we're going back. We're doing the lock. I'm committing. Don't forget. I'm going to marinate on being okay with this. I don't know. If you haven't already, please like this video and please do subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.